Hey everybody, we are looking at the back side of my red-clawed crab tank, and if you saw my around the world update last night, you'll know that I got a new pump for this tank. The one that was in there was barely moving any water at all. The filter was clogged, or I should say the intake. It's such a rudimentary little pump, there is no filter. It's just sort of a screened plastic area or a grid work of plastic, and that's about it. And that indeed was clogged up, and I knew that. But even at full volume, when it was brand new, I've taken the thing apart and cleaned it many times, and even at full volume, it barely pumped enough water all the way up that length of hose to really make a huge difference. And that pump was rated for up to 90 gallons an hour, and I've always been a little suspicious as to whether or not it could move that much. And the system it came in, the little filter it came in, it only had to move the water about 4 inches before it made it to the outlet. So as you can see with this tank, we've got the pump way down here, and it had to pump all the way up here around the bend and then out here. So it's not a lot of rise, it's only a couple of inches up, but the length of distance it had to push that water and the amount of pressure it has to move, or generate in order to push that much water through there is a different story. And the little pump I had in this tank simply was not cutting the mustard. So I ordered a new pump, and it pumps up to 160 gallons an hour, and it makes a huge difference. I got it installed today. Don't know if this is how the tank is going to last or stay over the long run, but this is how it looks right now. And I've simply got this little piece of PVC angled there. I can even angle this. I can twist this any way I want and have the water, doing more or something like that. And I can already tell you the volume of water coming out of there now is much less than it was a couple hours ago. See, if I get too much splashing up here, though, it gets down into the sand, and the idea is to let it run down the rock and drip into the other end where the water is. So I got to be careful how I adjust my sort of little babbling spring head right there. So this is about half volume of water. It is adjustable. The other pump I had is not adjustable, and it just did whatever it did. So this pump I've got turned down a little bit because at full volume it moves an awful lot of water. So we're going to wait and see how long it takes to really get clogged up. Here, let me see if I can show you a comparison. So this is the original pump. Side by side. You can see them right next to each other. So we're talking about a lot of difference in pump. And this one, you can see all that gunk that was stuck all over it. That's what was making it run as slow as it was running. But even, as I said, at full volume, it really was not able to do a huge amount. So I'm actually going to put you on pause. I can't do this with one hand. I got to lift the pump up. Right on the front side that's facing down, there's a little knob I can turn one way or the other, and as I said, I've got it set about halfway. So we're going to start with turning it all the way down, and we're going to show you what it looks like at the lowest volume. So let me put you on pause. And that's all the way down. Now I will also say that when I tried it all the way down a few hours ago when it was brand new, it was a lot more volume than this. But even that, as low as that looks, that's about as much as the other pump pumped when it was brand new and cleaned. So this is already starting to get a little dirty. This pump actually does have a small internal sponge filter. So in addition to going through the little plastic grating, it has to go through a little plastic or a little, one of those little black sponge filters. So I will eventually have sort of biofiltration in this little tiny pump slash filter thing. The downside is that it's going to get clogged up fairly quickly, and I'm going to have to pull it out of there frequently. I may actually just remove the filter altogether. So I'm going to put you on hold again, or on pause rather, and then we are going to turn the volume of the water all the way up, and we'll see the other end of the spectrum. So it's quite a difference from one end to the other. So again, I had it probably about 2/3 of the way up. I like a nice vigorous flow, but I think this is a little much. See how much splashing we're getting. It's already getting up all over the glass. Pretty soon I'm going to have stuff going up and out of the glass. And this is, of course, brackish water, so it won't be long before I'm starting to get salt accretion on everything. And, you know, having that much water flow is a bit vigorous. But I did want to get a look at this while it's brand new. This just came today. I've been working on stuff in the room, so I can't really do a whole lot of video around the room without giving away too much of my secrets. I made some more progress today. I am coming around the bend. I promise very soon we're going to have some video about what I keep talking about. So make sure you're subscribed and you won't miss that or anything else I got coming up. Don't forget, this one here is my red clawed crab tank. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you real soon in the next one.